This segment will show you how to install the axle support brackets, wheels, and hitch arms. First, turn the tray over onto its side. Assemble 4 hex bolts Part D and nylock nuts Part G to the empty holes at each corner of the tray. Now you can securely tighten all 8 of the corner bolts on each end plate, including those left loose earlier. Next, square up the axle support bracket Part 5 with the tray and securely tighten the 4 bolts that were loosely attached to the axle support bracket and the lift plate. Now assemble the wheel mount bracket Part 9 to the outside of the angle brackets that are already attached to the tray. Use 2 hex bolts Part D and 2 nylock nuts Part G to secure the wheel mount bracket. Note that the ends of the axle bracket must point so that the angled ends are slanting up away from the tray. Fully tighten the nylock nuts, and then loosen the nuts 1/4 turn. Now tighten the nuts fastening the angle brackets to the tray. Next, you'll assemble the wheels to the axle bracket using a shoulder bolt Part A and a 3/8 inch nylock nut Part F in each wheel. Insert the bolts through the outside of the wheel and into the holes in the front corners of the axle bracket. Then securely tighten the nylock nuts on the shoulder bolts. Next, you'll attach the hitch arms to the assembly. First, take the 2 hitch arms Part 11 and attach them to the outside of the hitch arm mount brackets that are on the bottom of the tray. Insert 2 carriage bolts Part E from inside the hitch arm mount brackets through the aligned holes at the end of the hitch arm, and secure the bolts using 2 nylock nuts Part G, but do not fully tighten the bolts yet. Next, turn the tray so the front of it with the hitch arms is facing you. Align 2 angle brackets Part O to the empty holes in the bottom of the tray and secure them using 2 hex bolts Part D by inserting the bolts from under the tray up through the holes in the angle brackets. Use 2 nylock nuts Part G to secure the bolts, but don't tighten the nuts yet. Then attach the hitch arms to the outside of the angle brackets that you just installed at the front of the tray. Use 2 hex bolts Part D and 2 nylock nuts Part G, inserting the bolts from inside the hitch arms and through the aligned holes in the angle bracket. Use the nut to secure the bolt on the other side of the angle bracket. Tighten the nuts all the way, and then loosen them by 1/4 turn.